Welcome to Mr. Mayor's PhysEdPage.com, and again, welcome to my living room. Today, in this video, we're going to be covering one of my favorite sports and one of my favorite skills in that sport, ball handling, dribbling the basketball. If you have your notebook at home, you can open it up to your skill development page, find basketball skills, you'll see correct shooting form, you'll see hand dribbling tips. But if you don't have your notebook and you want to follow along at home, you can click on your grade level, go to your basketball skills, or you can go to the sports unit, click on basketball, and here if you're really into basketball, we have a history, and I'm not going to go through everything and try to bore you with the history of the game, but if you're really into basketball like I am, a lot of history on the sports unit page, has a bunch of terms and all that kind of stuff, and at the bottom, okay, it has some tips on how to dribble a basketball and how to shoot a basketball, and that's a video coming up.
The rules to dribbling in the game of basketball. Why dribbling is so important in the game of basketball. And lastly, how to dribble a basketball with the best efficiency.
Let's start with the rules of the game of basketball when it comes to dribbling. First off, if I have the basketball and I start doing this, the referee is going to blow his or her whistle and say, "Can't do that, Mr. Mayor. That one right there, that's traveling." Ball goes to the other team. If I had the basketball and I started dribbling with both hands at the same time like this, the referee would blow his or her whistle and say, "That one, can't do that one either. That's called a double dribble. Got to use only one hand to dribble the ball." And lastly, if I'm dribbling the basketball and I pick it up and then start dribbling it again, the referee blow his or her whistle and say again, that's also a double dribble. Once you pick up your dribble, you can't start dribbling again. Now, let's talk about why it's so important to be able to handle the basketball, meaning dribble it so well in the game of basketball. As one of the greatest point guards ever to play the game, Isaiah Lord Thomas III would tell you, who played for the Detroit Pistons, there are 10 players on a basketball court at a time. 5 on your team, 5 on the other team, but only one basketball. And the person who has that basketball dictates everybody else's position on the floor. The defense is trying to stop you from putting this thing in the basket, because that's how points are scored in the game of basketball. Your teammates are positioning themselves so they can find an open cut to the basket, so they can receive a pass from you. Okay, so it's very important. When you have the basketball, you're controlling everybody's position on the floor. And there's a certain responsibility to having that basketball. If you're not doing it correctly, then some bad things can happen on the court. Now, let's break down how to dribble a basketball with the best efficiency. First of all, you want to cover as much of the basketball as you can with your hands. Call it wide spider fingers. And when I do this, I can push the ball where I want it to go. If I snap at it, the ball starts controlling where I'm going. And if I have the responsibility of controlling the basketball, then I gotta be able to control it and push it in the direction I want to do, or where I want it to go. So I use wide spider fingers. We push the ball on the floor, like I said, so you can direct it where you want the ball to go. And lastly, we gotta keep our head up. If I'm looking down at the basketball, I won't be able to see my teammates. Okay? I won't be able to see the defender that's trying to steal the ball from me. If I'm just looking down like this, someone on my team could be screaming, "Mr. Mayor, I'm open! Pass me the rock! Right here! Woo! I'm open! No one's guarding me! I can put it right in! Look! Hey! Ball!" Well, that concludes today's video on hand dribbling. Like I said, stay tuned for some more videos on more ways to break down the skill of hand dribbling to get better with 2 basketballs, 1 basketball, and even odd-sized different basketballs. And another video coming up on correct shooting form and some things you can do to get better at like shooting basketball. Well, that's it for me right now, boys and girls. Appreciate your time, yours, in kindness, health, and physical education. I'm Mr. Mayor.